In a shocking turn, Denny Hamlin just said something shocking about his own driver, Bubba Wallace. The racing world is abuzz with interest and intrigue, wondering what might have prompted such a harsh outburst. What did Denny say about Bubba? And does he regret saying this after the last race in New Hampshire? How has Bubba Wallace changed the whole scenario? You won't believe the effect of this revelation until you see the entire story. So buckle up as we reveal Hamlin's expectations for Wallace for the entire season and the dramatic drama. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. Last season, despite some setbacks with Kurt Busch sitting out, the team proved that they were a force to be reckoned with. Bubba Wallace, the mastermind behind the wheel of the number 45 car, showcased his incredible talent during the playoffs, propelling the team forward. As the gears shifted towards the 2023 season, all eyes were on Denny Hamlin, the team's co-owner, who in January opened up about his expectations for Bubba in an electrifying podcast interview. And boy, did he make his stance crystal clear. Denny declared with fierce determination, "Expectations? Oh, you better believe we are aiming for the playoffs." It's no surprise given the stunning performance Wallace delivered last year. Few might have realized that the number 45 car finished a remarkable 10th in points during the playoff run. That's right, the underdog was a real powerhouse. But that's not all. Denny Hamlin was brimming with praise for his star driver. With undeniable enthusiasm, he raved. "Bubba's talent level blew us away. He started strong, meeting all our expectations. And then he went beyond, surpassing even my wildest dreams. This guy is on fire." It's clear that Denny Hamlin and the entire 23XI racing team have a firm belief in Bubba Wallace's abilities. And why wouldn't they? With an impressive track record and an unyielding spirit, Bubba is proving himself as one of the brightest stars on the racing horizon. Revving up the anticipation, Denny Hamlin had a bold prediction for Bubba Wallace in the upcoming season, a top 10 finish in points. But let's face it, if last year's performance is any indication, that might just be a walk in the park for the talented speedster. During the playoffs, Wallace found himself in the driver's seat of the number 45 car, taking on the challenging task of racing for the owner's playoffs. And he didn't disappoint. Securing his second win, this time without any interruptions or stoppages, he proved that he was a force to be reckoned with. Zooming with finesse, Bubba showcased his true potential, consistently battling at the front of the pack. The cheers of victory filled the air until a daring altercation with Kyle Larson of Hendrick Motorsports set off a chain reaction of challenges. So, there we have a few bumps on the track. Some anger issues crept up, but let's not forget that greatness was undeniably there. But as the season continued, was Denny Hamlin's hype fulfilled? Is Wallace doing as expected? Bubba Wallace has undoubtedly been a polarizing figure, attracting more haters than fans during the 2023 season. Unfortunately, his performance on the track has been far from stellar, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. From on-air gestures to critical mentions on lists, he seems to draw boos from the crowd at every turn. What do you think about Wallace's remaining season? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. At the start of the previous season, Bubba had shown immense promise with notable finishes at prestigious races like the Daytona 500 and New Hampshire. The momentum continued and he even clinched victories at Michigan and Kansas. Impressed with his performances, Denny Hamlin set high expectations for Bubba in the 2023 season, hoping for a successful playoff run. But this season's struggles have left Denny Hamlin biting his tongue. In a recent episode of the same podcast, he discussed the current playoff ranking, hinting at a different reality for Bubba Wallace. As the 2023 season reaches its climax, Bubba finds himself facing the scrutiny of his co-owner, fans, and critics alike. With the playoff race heating up, the pressure is on for the number 23 driver to turn things around and silence the doubts that have arisen during this challenging season. As the race for playoff spots intensifies, Denny Hamlin voiced his predictions, leaving Bubba Wallace off the potential list. Regrettably, Bubba Wallace wasn't among them. The disappointment must have been palpable for the number 23 driver, especially considering the immense faith his boss had shown in him at the beginning of the season. Instead, Hamlin expressed his belief in Chase Elliott and Daniel Suarez, leaving Wallace feeling overlooked and doubting his place in the playoff contention. However, the Alabama-born driver is far from giving up, seeking redemption in the remaining races. And the last race on Monday is one such example where the whole story turned up where Wallace left Elliott behind. Following their impressive top 5 finishes at Atlanta, Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell managed to secure a 3-point advantage over Bubba Wallace for the last spot above the playoff cut line. The competition for this final playoff position seemed as tight as it could get, but somehow it became even narrower, despite all three drivers facing ups and downs throughout the race. Wallace started strong, qualifying inside the top 10. However, brake issues early on, along with troubles on pit road, caused the number 23 car to lose track position and nearly go a lap down to Truex. A fortunate spin by Eric Jones ended up being Wallace's saving grace, allowing him to work his way back up to the top 10, finishing 8th, his first top 10 since the Coca-Cola 600 in May, while Chase Elliott finished 12th, and now the points difference between them is an overall 61. Talking about the winner, after enduring numerous attempts and experiencing heartbreaks over the years, Martin Truex Jr. achieved a triumphant victory at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway during the Crayon 301 on Monday. Displaying dominance throughout the race, Truex led an impressive 254 out of 301 laps, securing his third win of the 2023 season and the 34th win of his Cup Series career. Notably, this victory marked his first ever triumph at the Magic Mile in Loudon. Right from the opening laps, Truex asserted his authority by overtaking Christopher Bell to take the lead. From that point on, he encountered little resistance, maintaining control of the race from start to finish. Truex not only swept both stages, but also held his ground against challenges from Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano in the closing moments of the event. These events resulted in Wallace +2 and McDowell +1, holding a slim edge for the final two playoff spots, with Suarez -1 closely trailing by just a single point. The battle for the playoffs was more intense than ever, and each driver knew they would have to bring their best performance in the upcoming races. The last blow came in the form of a 25th place finish in Atlanta, leaving him in 17th place overall, a mere 3 points shy of the coveted playoff mark. The stakes are high and the pressure is mounting as the competition intensifies. While Denny may have favored other drivers, Bubba's performance in the 2023 season cannot be overlooked. Despite facing 5 DNFs, he has also showcased his skill with 4 top 5 and 5 top 10 finishes. This proves that he's a formidable contender on the track. As with any intense racing journey, there have been ups and downs. While May saw Bubba's shining moments, the last 5 races have been a bit rough, with only a couple of top 20 finishes. A roller coaster ride indeed. Before the race, Bubba Wallace discussed his upcoming season and what he needs to do. Wallace was afterward questioned by the media about his 2023 campaign. He made it abundantly apparent that winning a race was the most important thing on their agenda right now. He went on to explain the faults they had been making and how they hoped to remove those blunders entirely. Wallace stated, "We want to win. We know we must win. We can't point our way to a title, so we have to win. We need to win early enough to secure a position. It would be bad if we were unable to do so, but we must also point our course. Because mistakes do not earn points, we must eradicate them in order to gain points." It's encouraging to hear that both Hamlin and Wallace recognize the issues and are eager to try to solve them. However, with only 6 races remaining before the postseason begins at Darlington, there isn't much time to put a win in the bank. If he does that, he will be entering the playoffs for the first time. However, if someone else wins and rounds out the top 16, Wallace will have yet another poor season. The stakes have never been higher. As the season unfolds, all eyes are now on Bubba Wallace. Will he prove his boss wrong and earn his spot in the playoffs with an awe-inspiring performance in the upcoming races? Can he rise to the occasion and prove his mettle on the track? Only time will tell as the racing world eagerly awaits the unfolding drama in this saga. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.